feel it. Oh. So good morning, guys. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Hope you're doing good. Busy day here. I'm sure you're having a busy day there as well. So we're gonna go over some hodgepodge stuff. A lot of different things going on this time of year for all of us with school and harvest and seed saving and winter prep, and you know, Christmas is coming and all of those things. But I want to show you a couple things that I've done over the last couple of days, and you've had some questions, and so let's go over it. So as you know, the only pumpkin that I grow here on the farm, or have been growing for a couple of years, is the Cherokee 10. And I love it, and it is the best pumpkin I've ever grown. Everybody has their preferences, but let me tell you, I still have 5 that are completely wonderful, intact, not rotten. You could pop them open right now and eat the pumpkin. I mean, you could just do whatever. So I'm going to be doing that soon. I'm going to save them, and I'm going to seed save as well. We got from 3 mounds. I always put pumpkin, squash, particularly zucchini, things like that. I always plant them in a mound. I create a mound, and then I put them in there. I also like to do that with sweet potatoes as well. So, but here, let me show you this. So a couple of videos ago, I was showing some clips of us cutting some pumpkins open. These seeds that you see right here comes from 2 Cherokee 10s. 2 Cherokee 10s. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why I say over and over in a lot of past videos that even if overall you feel your garden wasn't a success, but you get a few things that you can seed save from, it is the lifeline for your future. Because look at that. Each mound typically only has, I usually plant anywhere, the goal is to have three, you know, successful plants come from it. Sometimes I'll plant up to 4 to 6 due to the possibility of failure. But this is what I'm talking about, 2 pumpkins. So what I did is we cut them open. We took as many seeds as we could. And this is actually the guts. What is it? The guts of the pumpkin. This is exactly 2 good sized Cherokee 10s, as much meat out of it as I could get. So I just kind of roasted them in water, just softened the skin, softened it up, scooped it out, and I just froze them this time, okay? Just froze them. So that's gonna be, well, that may be Thanksgiving right there, pumpkin pie. But, oh, I just dropped 2 seeds. So all I did, this is what I'm talking about. So you see these little trays right here? You can use anything, okay? So it doesn't have to be this, but if you go to Aldi or any place like that and you can get these little cardboard trays like this, they are perfect for seed saving, okay? Perfect. I have a whole video on it. But I just wanted to show you that in case you haven't seen that and you had questions. So what I did is we actually took the seeds out, and then this is where I've placed them. I had them on a plate, I believe, to begin with, because they are wet. So I don't even fully wash. You can see there's still a little bit of orange on them. And then I put them, I just dropped another. I put them in this tray. So this tray has been sitting in my kitchen for well over a week. And what I do once or twice a day as I walk by, see, I like it kind of sitting somewhere where I can see it, because out of sight, out of mind, I'll just pick it up and I'll just kind of shake them around, move them around so they don't stick. After about a 2 good week period, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe a little bit more, once I'm confident that they are fully dry, then I will put them in a little, like, either a mason jar or a paper envelope. Now, I haven't had any trouble with the mason jars because I really let these sit for as long as possible, a couple weeks, like I said. But if you are in doubt or you're going to be giving them away, you want to put them in like paper envelopes. You can buy them small, you know, the smaller ones for seeds, or just any little old envelope. It don't matter. So there is that right there. So again, 2 pumpkins. So if all I'd gotten was 2 pumpkins, well, I got a lot for the next couple of years, some to give away, and guess what? We're still gonna get a pumpkin pie. Now, this right here, if you can see it, is from a couple of videos ago. I've been bringing in cucumbers, some of my favorite cucumbers, and I'm seed saving from them as well. Watch, they're not sticking to each other, they're dry. This is a little bit goopier of a process because the seeds are a little bit smaller and they're thinner. So they're not as robust as the pumpkin seeds. So I just squirted them out on the plate in a video, as you saw, literally. I just cut the cucumber in half. They're really spent cucumbers. and I just squeeze it out. Some people use a spoon or their finger, whatever. You just want to get the seeds out. It's pretty easy. And I had them on a paper towel. Actually, that's not true. First, I put them on the plate, and then I rinsed them. I actually did rinse them one good time. You know, I don't do anything else. And then I put them on a paper towel for about 2 days. And they sort of did stick a little bit. But then once they're dry, they just kind of pop, pop, pop. They pop off, just like you see there. And I've got them on a plate, and I'm just keeping them over here on the counter. So I come by once or twice a day, and I just lightly shake them around, pray that a cat doesn't get up there. They're not so far. And I'm just doing the same thing. So like I said, I will put them, make sure they are very dry, and I'll put them in an envelope. If in doubt, those will probably go in an envelope because there's not as much as the pumpkin. And then the pumpkin, once I know they're really dry, they'll go in a small jar, depending on how many I get. So I may start off with like, let me show you. This is why we keep those jars. Like when you go and buy sauerkraut, or you know, you can make your own, I get it, but if you've bought things from the store, like pickle jars, kraut jars, things like that, don't throw them away. Honey, don't throw them away. These are lifelines. That's my word today, your lifeline. Lifeline for seeds. I've got a lot of these that I keep, and if I get a lot of seeds saved up, my corn for grinding or the pumpkins, then I use these, and then I don't have to use my actual canning jars like that. So see, we're repurposing everything. Now this is straight out of the refrigerator. I have been processing a lot of my elderberries. We have so many, it's incredible. It's an incredible blessing this year. So since we are already into mid-August, we know fall is on the way due to all the signs. Obviously, if your kids are back to school, whether it's public school, college, even with homeschool kids, because a lot of homeschool kids, you may start going back to like a co-op or have tutoring sessions or things like that. You're going to be out more and around young people a whole lot more. We discovered the first year that we homeschooled, I brought my kids home. It was our first year. We really just concentrated more on home and the curriculum at home. The second year, we got involved into a homeschool co-op, which was a great experience, but we started getting sick a whole lot more because you are around a whole lot more people. And see, they go to church and they go to other functions and they play with their neighbors and all these different things. So here's what I'm saying. This is the time of year, I would go ahead and really try to start really boosting that immune system. Elderberry syrup. I didn't even sweeten this time. I just didn't do it. So it's the elderberry, straight elderberry. I put a little clove and cinnamon and ginger in it. Is incredible. I just take a tablespoon every single day. We take a tablespoon every day. We're not sick right now, so we just take a tablespoon every single day. If we get sick, I tend to do several a day, or I'll make a tea with it. So, but really think about boosting your immune system. Elderberry, ginger, really healthy vitamin C. You know, everybody talks about your vitamin D, all the things. There's all kinds of things that you can be doing. I'm just saying, back to school time, boost it. Hey, you guys got to go back in the barn. I got to run. Babies. So, a couple of you were asking about little Lee, baby Lee. How is he doing? So we took him to the vet on Monday. Today is Thursday. Where'd the week go? Oh, hey, Gingy. You ready to run, girlfriend? You ready to feel the burn? Okay. I took him on Monday, and he's doing great. I did have him neutered. By the way, I want to mention this right now. If you are in the East Tennessee area, I'm getting several notifications this morning and postings about how the Blount County, if you're from Merville, if you're from Friendsville, which Friendsville kind of splits between Loudon and Blount, but anyway, if you're from Blount County, their Humane Society is basically overflowing. And they're posting different, I saw some cats today. I'm tempted by one. You know, I actually almost went to Greenville last week and adopted a cat. She was missing an eye. It was a sad story. She was a surrender because the owner could not afford to get her eye surgery. So they took her in. She has her eye surgery, and she was adopted the next day. So she was a cutie too. But just to give you a heads up, this is what I'm talking about in a lot of instances. I know for a fact that for the last year to year and a half, that a lot of our shelters, if you will, etc., are overflowing. There are a lot of surrenders because of people moving, especially with large breed dogs. So last year when I adopted, well, there's Fritz. When I took in Fritz, Ginger, and baby Faith, they were like, do you need a dog? Do you need a dog? Would you like a dog? You want to see the dog? I mean, they, you know, they were doing what they can or could to get people to adopt animals. Now, you know, again, if you can't feed your own kids, you probably don't need to adopt an animal. I get that, okay? But if you can and you're looking, guys, listen, strays and adoptions are so special, okay? So, but baby Lee is doing great. He came home that afternoon. I picked him up. He was climbing my arms when I picked him up. I'm sure he was. He's probably like, what in the world? Guys, you would never, ever know that there was anything wrong with that cat. Okay, we had to kind of like say, don't run, don't jump, you know, the whole, no zoomies, no this. And he has fully recovered. He was back to perfect. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't know anything was going on. So yes, I'm a big advocate of spay and neuter, because the bottom line is, if you have never worked at an animal shelter or the Humane Society or at a vet clinic or anything like that, you have no idea how devastating it is to see all of the strays and drop-offs and abandoned animals and surrenders for different situations. I was asked yesterday by somebody if I wanted to adopt a litter of puppies or a puppy from a litter because they got dropped off at their farm. And so this is what I'm saying. It's everywhere. It's really bad. So do what you can with that. I just wanted to make sure I said that. So Blount County, Tennessee, okay? Now, in conclusion to what I just said, if you can't take in another animal, or you don't want another animal, or you are maxed out, I get that, but maybe consider dropping off some bags of, you know, a bag of dog food. I know it's not as cheap as it used to be. Hello, amen. Give me a high five on that one. But you know what I'm saying? There's so many needs. A lot of the shelters, humane societies, etc., have Amazon, even an Amazon list. You don't even have to go anywhere. So I don't know if you know that, but I just want to make sure I said that. So, you know, we all need to help who and what and how we can. It all is connected. So here's the deal. Reminder also in August, right? I'm going to get my run on today, y'all. Motivating myself. I just got contacted by a sweetheart that I know in North Carolina, and she was, you know, basically saying, if you know anybody that needs any type of heating oil for their house or anything like that, different people use different things. If you haven't done so, if you haven't topped things off, I don't know what the current prices are. You really, really need to get on that. She said prices are starting to go up. So you don't want to wait until you're far into the season and then you're trying to heat your home and then you run out. Well, hi, sister. Hello. Speaking of pretty girls, there's sister. Yeah, she runs the driveway with me too now. Faith, hey sister, are you gonna run today and play? She loves it when I run up and down the driveway because Ginger likes to follow. And what she does is she kind of tries to chase up to Ginger and run next to her, and she sort of jumps on her and plays. They really all get along really well. I don't think that Sister Faith here will ever be an indoor cat. I do believe that easily this one, are you busy? You look busy. This one and Fritz could come right inside the house and be excellent indoor cats. The problem with that is it would leave her. And we're just not going to do that, guys. We just can't do that. So as I was saying, if you need to get any type of situation with that, you might want to be checking in and getting your prices. I know a lot of you are. I don't worry about this crew that much. I know you guys are preparing, trying to stay ahead of the curve, trying to pinch pennies, trying to do the right things. But I just like to know that I actually said it. Now, here's something else I want to share with you that I found out today. And I'll get more information about it because I about fell off the couch. I'm so old school. I really, really am. Don't make fun of me. I know I could do like much more zippy zappy videos and all kinds of that stuff, but it's just not who I am. I tried to go that route because I felt that pressure not a couple of years, but several years ago, you know, being newer on YouTube and all these people are doing all, I'm like, I guess I'd better, no, I gave up on that, okay? It's me and my phone and you, okay? That's it. That's it. Put a little cute music on it because I love to edit and add music and sound bites. I'm trying to get better at that because I do enjoy it. But no, this whole thing with artificial intelligence is where I'm going here. It blows my mind. Does it blow your mind? And it's, you know, when you're old school, like when I homeschooled my kids, we didn't use anything online. I mean, they could Google something and look something up or whatever. I'm not saying that. But as far as the curriculum, I was hardcore adamant from day one about using real books, real paper, real workbooks, okay? Making copies, whatever we had to do. We did not use any curriculum online. I'm not saying that's not I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm saying it worked better for us because it forced my boys to, I think, have more hands-on, old school style learning. It also forced them to write more, things like that. That was my approach, and it worked really well here. I also made sure that I taught them cursive. Now, you know, kids, especially guys, when they get older, you know, they tend to, you form your own style, and it's probably more blockish or whatever. And Gabriel's left-handed, and it's way different. But here's the deal. So Gabriel, you know, yesterday started college. He's so excited, y'all. He's so excited. He is such a cutie. And this morning, when he was getting ready, he was talking about his English teacher. He has to take English. He's taking English. And he was talking about it, and he was like, I'm going to have to write everything. And I was like, well, duh. He said, no. He said, Mom, the teacher told us that even when we do our papers, we have to handwrite it. And he said, she is very strict on style, and you have to write everything by hand, etc., 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 due to so many people in the past basically cheating, you know, it's plagiarism, using AI to write their papers. Now, you probably already know this. It probably doesn't surprise you. And I guess fundamentally it didn't shock me, but to hear that, you know, and then I asked my other boy, and he was like, oh yeah, he was talking about it too. So I'm just saying, if you're not aware of the presence and how far out the presents go in terms of AI, it's everywhere. And I know that sounds so dumb to say, but I was like, I don't know why, it's just crazy. But here's the positive thing. The funny thing is I went over on my Facebook page just for a few minutes this morning, and a lady asked me if I'd taught my kids. She wasn't being ugly. She was very nice. She asked me, she said, did you teach your kids cursive? And I said, not only did I teach them cursive, and we practiced cursive. Gotta trim some trees, it looks like. But I also was the cursive educator, teacher, whatever, instructor. When we went to our homeschool co-op, I taught cursive for a whole semester. We learned the entire alphabet and how to connect and basic words. I mean, you know, you can only do so much in a semester, but I taught it as well. So here's what I'm saying. If you're homeschooling, and I know a lot of you are, or you're thinking about it, make sure, I highly recommend that you sprinkle in cursive handwriting. Make them do it, make them write it, make them read it. I know you guys do, but I just want to make sure I said it. So, you know, even if you do online curriculum of some sort, okay, whatever, but I would really make sure that you're forcing them to do like we did. I was telling my boy, I was like, I had to read Huck Finn and write a 15-page paper all in by hand. And he said, well, how did you edit? And I said, you know what an eraser is? Can you hear? I hear you, sister. So here's what happens. Ginger and Fritz come down to the house. Ginger and Fritz will run the driveway with me, and then they'll go up in the woods, just right along the line here. Well, what's happened is they've gone up into the woods, and sister was laying here, you know, Faith, the real kind of aloof one. She started just lolling around on the driveway, and she looked up, and they're gone, and now she's trying to find them. This is what I'm saying. I can't break them up. And I just don't know about sister coming in the house. These cats were brought here to be... Did you find them? Did you find them, sister? Where'd they go, honey? Oh my God, she's so upset. Watch her. Where'd they go? Are they down that way? Where'd they go? She's by herself. Hey, they'll come out. So some of you were asking, it's windy, guys, I can't help it. Some of you were asking, oh, here, did you come out? She's been looking for you. See, they're best friends. So some of you were asking, did I hit all my goals for August 15th? Of course not. I told you I wouldn't. This is the whole point. You make a master list, you try to do as many things as you can. My attitude is if I get 60% of them done, then I hit my goal. I just set the goal really, really high. And we did so, but now we're on a second list to do. And I haven't set my date yet, but it's gonna have to probably be by October 15th or something like that, because we're gonna have goat babies coming along, I think. I'm not predicting it, but I just have a feeling. So no, but here's the thing. You're constantly going to be making a list. You're constantly going to be doing. You're constantly going to find that there's always a project. Whether you are preparing, whether you're doing like average homesteading projects, whatever, it's all related, but it doesn't end. It never stops. But we got a ton of rain the entire week that James was home from work. My Nana got sick. Those aren't excuses, but those were not planned. That wasn't part of the equation, and that threw me off a good 3 weeks. So, you know, but we made it back. It's okay. It's all good. We're going to make another list. Actually, when I conclude this video, I'm going to go through the gardens. I believe my corn is ready. And as far as if I want to eat any right now, or if I want to make cream corn or anything like that, I think the corn is ready. I think so. We're going to find out. You know, I'm continuing to harvest tomatoes, peppers. I've got a few watermelons left, things like that. But we have moved into seed saving mode and are doing all of those things. I need to plant my fall garden. I'm going to let my schedule that I'm creating kind of dictate that. Like I said, right now I'm working on farm and preps. And we have a big transition in our family right now with having Gabriel being in college now. That's a total shift. And you're going to find that you're going to have these things. This is why you try to do something every day, because it's a guarantee that somewhere, somehow, something is going to throw you off. So, well, guys, I'm going to start running, and I'm going to get this in, squeeze this run in before lunchtime, because if I don't, the rest of the day is going to eat me up. So that's just the way that it goes. I've learned that good and well. So I am still focusing on the 5K. I am encouraging you to get into the best physical shape that you possibly can. I know you go, okay, yeah, Terry, you told me that yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that tomorrow too, so be ready, okay? Guys, I just appreciate you watching us here at Appalachia's Homestead. We'll keep you posted on everything going on. Everything's going good. It's just so busy. You're so busy. And I know the world right now is a drag. It's a drag. But here's the thing, it's also a reminder. It reminds you of why you're doing all the things that you're doing. It's a reminder of why and how and where we put our faith. And we just got to keep moving. Keep on moving. You remember that song? I love that song. Soul to soul. All right. Rocky music is about to be cued. You ready? Guys, like, subscribe, and share. Love you to bits. We'll see you on the next video. Godspeed.